and welcome to the second semi-final of Robot Carnage Series 3. Last week, Stegosaurus took out both current and previous champions to make it to the grand final, while Tiberius managed to outdrive its opponents and made it through as well. There's only 2 spaces left in the grand final, and we have 8 more robots ready to destroy each other for them. Let's see who we have fighting tonight. Afterburner put up a good couple of battles to make it through, showing their persistence and determination. Petrify's journey here wasn't the smoothest, but their increased speed and weaponry make them more deadly than ever. Exploding into the semi-final, Nitro was too fast for the competition, and that new flipper has been causing some upsets. Still showing they can take on the competition, Antomic managed to flip their opponents over and possibly on their way to another grand final. Fast and accurate axe-wielding Protosynthesis finished off their foes by dumping them down the pit after hacking them to oblivion. Trillium makes it to a third semi-final after an impressive heat run and ready to grab victory with great precision. Causing damage anywhere it can, Vyrion has made it through with clever driving and that awesomely powerful spinning bar. And Propellor Head completely destroying the heat has everyone in fear should they have to face the Colorado machine. The lineup is nearly all seeds, but anything can happen in the moment. First up is a battle of concept versus the upgrade with Petrify and Trillium, followed by the powerhouse Antomic against the speedy Protosynthesis. Then we have our first spinner versus flipper battle of the semi-final with Vyrion and Afterburner, before the second one with Nitro and Propeller Head. A great looking lineup which promises to give great battles. So let's get the second semi-final started.
From Aberdeen, Petrify.
Armoured in titanium, Petrify shows no sign of stopping. A little too quick for its own good maybe, but not one to be messed with when it grabs and controls.
From Somerset, Trillium.
Trillium may be the original design for Petrify, but don't count it out just yet. The older version prefers control over speed and can take on the toughest machines.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
This will be interesting to see how this goes. Trillium pushing Petrify in, bringing down the claw but missed. Petrify also bringing down its claw. Sizing each other up, and now Petrify getting a hold of Trillium, pinning them into the wall. And now back, Petrify lower at the front, pinning into Trillium, grabbing it by the wheels. Near the pit, release tire. And Petrify lowers it. So they think they have a chance to get Trillium down. Grab hold of them, now taking them away from the pit. And now bringing in the claw again, slamming them into the wall. Perhaps as a mark of respect. Or perhaps just saying that I can take you, I can beat you anytime I want. Maybe a little bit too cocky there, Petrify. And Trillium pushing back. Both of them pretty close to the pit. And Trillium just spinning in the middle of the arena. Petrify have now just got into the pit! Petrify got too close to the pit and Trillium took that chance! Getting very close and in! The second seed falls! And Trillium makes it to the next round.
Cease.
That overconfidence and speed cost Petrify and sank their hopes of another grand final. Trillium moves on instead. Next up, Antomic and Protosynthesis.
From Arley, Antomic.
This improved version of Antomic has been pushing through the ranks. Another semi-final made. Can they make it to a third grand final?
From Sheffield, Protosynthesis.
A determined robot with a decent axe weapon. Fast across the arena floor and strong pushing power synthesize a good machine here.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Atomic setting off. Going for a bit of a spin with Protosynthesis, and now Protosynthesis attacking Antomic from the back. Both shoving against each other. And Protosynthesis managing to get underneath Antomic. Managed to get past the flipper. A little bit stuck there, but managed to get away. Pushing towards them again. And pinning them in. Protosynthesis going in with that axe. Causing as much damage as they can to that top armour. And Antomic lifting its flipper for some reason, but I'm sure we'll find out why. Maybe. Protosynthesis just trying to go in, looking for that chance. Avoid the flipper. And they're just sort of driving past each other until now, and now Protosynthesis going in with the axe. But Antomic used the flipper and knocked Protosynthesis away. But when the flipper is up, the top plate is vulnerable. And Protosynthesis taking advantage of that, getting past the supports on the flipper. And Antomic going for the pit. They think that the best way to end this fight is to push Protosynthesis in. And now Protosynthesis and Antomic lock together. And Antomic very close to the pit. Protosynthesis going in with the axe. And Antomic has gone into the pit! They had one wheel over the edge. Protosynthesis bringing down that axe. Antomic used its flipper to push it away, tried to drive away, but ended up with one wheel far too close to the edge of the pit, and they've gone in. Protosynthesis,
Cease.
move on. Fourth seeds Atomic are gone, and Protosynthesis progresses to round 2. The third battle with Vyrion and Afterburner is now to begin.
From Aberdeen, Vyrion.
That angle bar is deadly, although not much damage has been caused except cosmetic. They still hold the title for most destructive, so now's their chance to show it.
From Dundee, Afterburner.
One of the fastest robots in the competition, armoured in carbon fibre and polycarbonate, makes Afterburner a tough challenge, and it likes to be in full control.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Vyrion has come up against a flipper before, but this is a front hinge flipper this time. So it'll be trying to take any opportunity it can to break any part of Afterburner. And Afterburner going into the back of Vyrion. Vyrion's blade still spinning, hitting off of the side. Vyrion just taking its time, bouncing off of the walls like a pinball, and now going in. A couple of good slams off the flipper. Just sort of into the corner. Afterburner pushing them away, getting knocked away that time. And Vyrion taking a good run up into the side. Stunned Afterburner there for a moment, and again, Vyrion bounced off. Hitting into the back and off the walls again. And Afterburner, a little unsure. They don't want to go for that blade because they know fine that they could end up being majorly damaged. And what a hit that was! Afterburner into the side. Vyrion came in, hit the back, but I think I hit the carbon fibre armour. And then because it was stunned, bang! Lifting Afterburner up. And what damage has that caused? And now Afterburner a little bit stunned again. Vyrion are really going in for the kill. And now it's turned on its head! Vyrion have been flipped over! Afterburner came in with a side-on collision. And I think the blade running up the front of Afterburner has caused Vyrion to tip. And I don't think they can self-right. They're being counted out. I cannot believe this. Afterburner have managed to beat Vyrion after such punishment.
Cease.
How are Afterburner still moving after that onslaught? The polycarbonate armour is gone and the chassis is wrecked. Vyrion leaving a lasting impression before they exit the tournament. While Afterburner gets repaired, how will Nitro fare against their propeller?
From Inverness, Nitro.
Very quick and agile, with that new lifter causing a few upsets along the way. Those exposed wheels are a major worry, and will need them to avoid any danger.
From Colorado, USA, Propeller Head.
Destroying everything in its path, that propeller has become the new fear in the arena, able to tear armour and weapons apart. Could be a favourite to go far.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Here's hoping Nitro is going to be able to stay in one piece, but it's against Propeller Head, so I don't know if that's going to happen. Good slam initially. And no damage done just yet, but it's early days. Propeller Head going in, trying to tear off anything it can, and there goes the weapon! Slammed into Nitro, and the flipper came loose. No worries about being flipped now. For Propeller Head, they can now go in for the kill. And Nitro just trying to get away. They don't want to face that blade, and why would you? The blade spinning, trying to knock one of those wheels off. The wheels have been very vulnerable. A great target for a spinner, just like Propeller Head, and a little bit of a bounce. Nitro went on its back there. Still trying to test the playing field, trying to figure out where the best place to attack is. And Nitro nearly got underneath Propeller Head there. And another couple of hits. Propeller Head desperately trying to take off one of Nitro's wheels, but it's not working. Another good hit, sending them both flying in opposite directions. Another couple of slams there. That blade is so fast. And now they've stopped. The blade has stopped and trying to go for the pit release. But it almost looks like there's actually something gone wrong with the blade. It's not spinning, and Nitro nearly flipping Propeller Head. Got up with the wedge, nearly flipped it over. And just hanging on. Nitro. What an aggressive attack that was. That was brave. Brilliant. Maybe a little bit daft. But Propeller Head has no longer got its propeller working. There must have been some failure in the electronics. So now it's just a push-in match. And if it's a push-in match, then Nitro is definitely the stronger. And it's going to go to the judges. It's been a very close battle. I wouldn't like to say who's won this one.
Cease.
The judges have come to a decision, and it was extremely close with a 2-1 split, but they have gone for Nitro as the winner, based on aggression and control. Propeller Head now has to head home to repair that weapon. Nitro has some repairs as well to make before facing Protosynthesis. But first up, we will have a grand finalist from Trillium and Afterburner. I've been told they have managed to get the machine working, but it's having a lot of receiver troubles, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the arena.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Just look at poor Afterburner, it's held together with tape now. And you can see that it's a little bit unresponsive. It's having blackouts. There is so much damage internally. I'm amazed they managed to get it working again, but you can see that Trillium is probably just giving them a little bit of mercy. Another little playful tap there, but Afterburner doesn't have anything, unfortunately. It keeps cutting out. The weapon is still going, and there is some sort of movement, but it's not very controlled, and Trillium now got a hold of Afterburner, slamming them into the corner. And Afterburner sticking once more. The flipper is there, so they are somewhat responsive, but Trillium just sort of running rings around them, shoving them again. Afterburner slamming into the wall, lifting up the flipper, nothing on it. And now Trillium in to the side of Afterburner again. They're using the flipper, showing they are okay. And being unresponsive again. Underneath Trillium! But not underneath them enough to use the flipper. And Afterburner going for the pit release. Maybe just try as a last ditch attempt to shove Trillium in. They're still running rings around them. And now Afterburner have just got it to the pit! Unfortunately, after that performance, I think it was probably their only option. They weren't going to get any further and took themselves out. What a shame. They did well in the previous rounds, but Trillium moves on to the grand final. Poor Afterburner had no real chance and took itself out of the running. Trillium makes it to the grand final. Only one place remains, and it's a fight between Nitro and Protosynthesis to decide. Let the battle for the last spot begin.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
One spot remains. Who is going to take it? The axe or the flipper? And Protosynthesis going in, trying to tackle Nitro from the back, going in. Nitro didn't get his lifter in time. Protosynthesis bringing down the axe, missed. And again. But they seem to be a little more in control and going in, pinning Nitro into the corner, bringing down the axe. And the flipper has gone! Nearly every fight, the flipper went. In fact, Nitro actually tried to lift. The flipper just flew. No real worry anymore for Protosynthesis and bringing down the axe, pummeling into them. Now Nitro just has its 2 forks and its speed left. Protosynthesis has its speed, but still has that weapon parading down onto Nitro. And now opening the pit, swinging the axe down, and Nitro pushing against Protosynthesis. Both into the corner again. It's a good match, this. I'm really enjoying this one. Into the back. They really want that last grand final position, bouncing off each other and getting very close to the pit. And Nitro has just pitted Protosynthesis! Protosynthesis drove way too close to the pit, tried to get away, but Nitro took the chance and shoved them in. And it's Nitro that is your grand finalist. Anything can and has happened with Protosynthesis in the pit and Nitro taking the final place in the grand final. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. And join us next week for the Series 3 grand final. Stegosaurus, Tiberius, 6th seed's Trillium and 14th seed Nitro will battle to become the new Robot Carnage champion. See you then for the grand final.